Raise your hands if you're female. Congratulations, you're part of the half of America that is paid 80 cents for every dollar a man makes.
American women who work full-time year-round are paid 20% less than men. This is even worse for women of color, who carry the double burden of both sexism and racism. For every dollar a man makes, Asian American usually make 85 cents, African American usually make 63 cents, Native American women make 58 cents, and Latino women only make 54 cents simply for being the opposite sex.
Despite the fact that women outnumber men at most universities nowadays, men are still earning more at every level of academic achievement. Women's median earnings are much less than men's median earnings, and in some cases, the gender pay gap is larger at higher levels of education. As a rule, the gender pay gap is even larger the better a woman is educated, as seen in Graph A.
Despite the fact that women make more money the better educated they are, this doesn't help close the gender pay gap. In fact, it worsens it. Once again, this is worse for women of color. White women are paid more than African American and Hispanic women at all education levels.
Because women are paid less, it's harder for women who complete college to pay off their student loans, leaving them paying more and for a longer time than men, although women are often burdened by the task of taking care of their families and children as well, as seen in Graph B.
As discovered in the weekly earnings of 2015, in jobs with chief executives in management, professional, healthcare, technical, and natural resource occupations, women made about $400 less in every occupation.
Jennifer Ward Batts, a professor of economics at Wayne State University, found that women are competing in the labor market against men, a lot of whom have wives that work part-time or stay at home. So those men are able to focus much more on their career, and therefore we can expect them to have higher earnings in the long run. Women are stuck in societal norms that label women as the housewife, and nothing is being done to change it.
It also doesn't help when sexist male authoritative figures such as Wyoming Governor Gerald Gay, a Republican state representative, falsely claims that the gender pay gap is a fact of life because women are not dependable due to the amount of time women show up to work.
Gay has frequently stated that because women take off more time than men due to maternity leave, that the gap is justified and should not be changed. He explained to women that as long as you have people who behave differently between the two genders, it hurts the chance of getting that gender wage gap shrunk all the way down. We'll make small progress on it, but they won't make it go away, he stated. However, this is an extreme misstatement. 1/4 of mothers return to work less than 2 weeks after giving birth, proving that not all mothers take all their state-mandated maternity leaves. Many are forced to come back to work just a few days after giving birth because they cannot afford to take the time off. If women do take all their 6 days, it's often because they don't receive paid maternity leave, forcing them to pull their sick days and vacation time.
It's also very hard for women who want to take a stand in changing the pay gap. In order to sue your employer for unfair pay differences, you must first have to have the knowledge of what your fellow employees are paid. However, most employers don't have to provide this information, so it's nearly impossible for women to take a stand.
Gerald Gay's opinion on the pay gap is one of the reasons Wyoming has the worst pay gap in the United States, with women making only 67 cents for every dollar a man makes on average.
In addition, the U.S. women's national soccer team won $2 million for winning the 2015 Women's World Cup, getting the most viewers ever recorded. In the 2014 World Cup, the U.S. men's team finished in 11th place. They didn't even win, and they won $9 million. That's $7 million more than the women's team who actually won. In addition, every male team that was eliminated in the first round of the 2014 World Cup still got $8 million each.
According to the American Association of University Women, the pay gap won't close until 2152. The Equal Pay Act hasn't been updated since 1963, and that was 53 years ago. The Paycheck Fairness Act and Fair Pay Act were introduced in 2005, and they still haven't even made it out of committee. You can do your part in this prejudice by persuading your state representatives to take action for equal pay. Change this at least for the sake of your future children.
And for the sake of women everywhere.